What is up, Bearded Nation? Allek from Bearded Collectibles here, coming to you with our episode 19 podcast. Today I have Tony, co-host.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And a special guest, we have George.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
He is a local judge here. He helped me judge ARG Orlando. So welcome to the podcast tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And we're gonna get started, man. We were gonna record this podcast last night, and it's funny because there's three of us plus Khalid. Khalid,
Yo.
I know. Yo. I know that you sometimes listen to the podcast, so don't worry, Khalid. We will be talking about Final Fantasy later on the podcast, so tune in or fast forward or whatever you want to do.
Probably fast forward.
But we were talking at Culver's. Is a burger joint is right below In-N-Out in my scale of deliciousness, and
The burger scale, it's separate for other foods.
yeah. Yeah,
It's a very, very tight one. I can't say about In-N-Out, never been. Hope to go to one day, but haven't been.
So yeah, but it's super good. And we were talking, and we were like, this could have been our podcast. And I was like, crap, I'm like half asleep already. Let's go home because it's not gonna cut it. But one of the things we want to talk about today, guys, judging, right? So I was selected to judge. I'm surprised no one brought up or no one made a big stink about me judging, and then me also having players at ARG Orlando.
Yeah, a little fishy how many of us made top, even though I wasn't one of them. But
Well, it's not that. I mean, we have great players here in the Orlando area, and people here know that I don't put up with their shit. Like, if they're wrong, I'm gonna call them out on it regardless. Who's Raul trying to interrupt me in my podcast, and Raul tried to interrupt me in a video that I did earlier at the ARG Orlando, and I just said, yeah, we are reshooting. So, Raul, I know you listen. You're banned, I guess.
Again?
Yeah.
double ban.
Well, I couldn't ban him from ARG because I'm not the owner. So, but what were you gonna say?
I'm pretty sure you could work something out.
Maybe.
But no, apparently they didn't expect for you to come up with like 15 players all wearing Team Bearded on them.
So
I think it was more than... How many was there of us?
I have no idea. So
There was a large chunk.
So it's funny because Vince was like, oh, you know, Vince told me, or I'm sorry, Jim told me that, you know, it would have been a conflict of interest if he would have let like another store owner judge with all his people coming up with gear. And he walks into Orlando and just sees Team Bearded everywhere. He's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Sorry, man. Honestly."
You didn't tell me I couldn't. You said that I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So that's where you fucked up.
No, but in all honesty, like seriously, I always wanted to judge something with Toro. Like Toro talks so much about judging. You know, I took the judge test because of Jason Toro. He was a head judge for Florida. Max is a head judge overall for the program. And I was like, always in Pansy, I was like, Toro, I want to judge something with you just once. I want to do it just once. And, you know,
homo, though.
Yeah, just no homo sometimes.
Maybe a little.
But, you
Only
know,
for Jason.
But I wanted to have that experience. Let me tell you, after judging this one event, the biggest super event as of right now, as of today, as of recording this video, I hope supposedly Vegas is projected to be higher in the 300 count, and I hope so, because that only shows Bandit that the game is growing, and we need more promos. Tony, I know how you know how to talk about promos. I had to sneak that in there. But I have a new appreciation for judges. Let me tell you, it is not easy. Like, first they started me off on teaching people how to play. Fantastic. I taught like probably 8 to 10 people how to play. Then I ran stat events. Then I did everything else they needed. Gave out rulings, you know, just... Oh my God, you're always on your feet. You're always answering questions. Judge this, judge that. I have a new appreciation for judges right now. And guys, next time you guys see a judge, thank them when you're at a big event. It is not easy. I thought it was going to be easy peasy, collect the rewards type of deal. I know there was some work had to be involved, but good Lord, the time you have to put in, the time you put out, the everything walking around, it is not easy. And for that reason, I think I'm done judging. One and done. I am 100% serious, George. Like I know you're a local judge. I know that you judged Orlando with me, but after Orlando, do you want to judge somewhere else right now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So this isn't even my first time judging an event.
Sure.
My first one was last year or earlier this year, back in February. I judged for one of the Force World GPs.
Sorry.
Thank you. And that's when
done now. We can move on.
That's when it really got me. That was my breakthrough experience, because that was insane. All right, I was sitting there, and I had to be there like 3 hours before everything started, help get all the tables set up. And then it was, hey, here's 8 rounds of Swiss. Go up, down, all over aisles.
And we had 9 rounds of Swiss.
Yeah, we had 9 rounds of Swiss. Best of 3, 1 hour. So that's 9 hours of just, hey, you better not mess up.
No break.
All right, no break. Actually, we got like a half hour
I meant
break.
like the players.
Oh, yeah,
players.
the players are fine. All right.
You need no breaks. If you want to break, OTK your opponent. Call it a day.
Just play Frieza.
Just play aggro. All right.
Yeah.
play Trunks.
We'll talk about
We'll
that.
get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
But so it's its own reward, and I hate using such a cliche saying.
Sure.
All right, but it's comforting.
Yes.
All right, being able to sit there and be like, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing with this game. Please help me out. Now I got some dumb questions. Don't get me wrong.
I do love dumb questions.
All right, like I had an opponent. Hey, I just played Bobbity. He showed me his 7 cards. Can I play this other card? And he pointed right at another Bobbity. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, read this line of text. Except for Great Evil Wizard Bobbity. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Literally on the card.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, like, I was, during the stream with Dusty from Kitchen Table Meta, I got on there and said, guys, read your cards. Because, like, one of the examples I got was, hey, you know, can he peel off my leader card? I'm like, what does peel off say? Counter, battle card. There's 3 types of cards, guys. Leader, battle, extra. Like,
Field. Well, I guess Field's still an extra.
Field is an extra.
Field is an extra,
Yeah.
So...
But anyway,
3 types of
also
cards.
Goten was an issue, which I heard about.
Goten was a huge issue. I had at least 2, if not like 3 or 4 players go on to me like, hey, my opponent just attacked me. If I play Goten and kill their guy, does it work? And I'm like, no. Why? I can still combo with it. Yeah, you can combo with it. But Goten's auto says, during your turn when you combo with this card.
Yes.
All right.
Could you imagine if you can combo with Zarbon? No, on your turn to Zarbon, so like attack, Zarbon, attack, because you can attack again, right?
Yeah,
If you're
there's nothing in the game right now that says if
as long
something
as you're
doesn't
untapped,
attack.
you could, yeah. So could you imagine if you could Zarbon on your turn? Be like attack with triple strike, whoever, Zarbon.
Yep.
What do?
There were some questionable rulings, questionable questions coming out. One of the actually questionable rulings is that Max is going to find out about this. He's going to email Bandai about the Constant Hope Trunks, the 6-drop. You swing, and you're supposed to be able to grab something from your discard and play it during your combo. That's not the exact wording, but we were
I hope not.
Yeah, we were.
Look, and the game already has translation issues.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I should probably pull it up, but you know, it's pretty much the Ladder Hope, the Constant Hope,
I think it's Constant.
Yeah,
Hope.
Constant
Yes.
Hope Trunks.
So he's getting ruling clarification on that. There was only one game where
It mattered.
it mattered, but not really because they weren't near top 32.
Every game matters. Even
Every
if you're-
game is important.
Even if you're
all right.
8, like 0-8,
Sure.
it's your game. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If you're 0-8,
The game
Apologies.
doesn't fucking matter. I'm not gonna lie to you anymore.
Apologies. You're right. Every game does matter. But what else did we hear, guys? I mean, like there were some things we can't talk about in the podcast from a judge standpoint. But what else?
The
what-
Android thing, that was real annoying because it's been talked about so much already.
yeah.
Which
Oh,
one?
does
The
Android
Android
17 and
trigger?
18? Do they have 15 or do they have 20? I got that a couple of times.
Did you now?
Yes, I actually did.
Oh,
All
well,
right.
that's, I mean,
Which Android stuff are you talking
that's
about?
not the. I attack with 17. 18's not in play yet.
Oh, yeah.
I play 18. Now I trigger 17, which is fine. But now I try to attack with 17 again and trigger, but you can't because you already triggered him on his attack, whether or not you discard.
Yeah, so twin brother and twin
Yeah,
sister.
yeah.
Twins. Yeah. Sorry, I probably should have been more specific on which one.
Yeah. Sure.
That one, like, it's annoying, but it kind of makes sense to me because that you may in a lot of games, like, you don't miss that window if you don't do it.
Exactly.
No, because the way that it works right now, people were, I guess, confused by how much of an auto it was. Whether it was an auto that triggered on attack while you have the other one on board or not. And in this case, no, it's just, hey, you're attacking. Even if you don't have a way of triggering it, the auto still happens. So.
Like Champa's the same way, actually.
Which Champa?
The leader.
Oh, the leader? Yeah. Even if you attack with something, like, hey, let's say I attack with Kaba and you negate it. Alright? Or not, Kaba's a horrible example, but some sort of, like, Bulma, whatever. Alright?
Kaba and you don't activate.
Yeah, Kaba and you don't activate.
Yeah. So Kaba, the way Kaba works, just for everyone that's on the same
That's
page.
another question. Another question. It's another one. Another one.
You swing with Kaba, then it goes negate, and then you activate the skill. It's not you activate the skill first, then negate, because then that's not the way it works.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was when you attack. It says auto.
No, it's so it's autos. So in order, you attack, auto goes on the stack, then negates happen. If you negate, great. Otherwise, the auto resolves, then blockers happen, and then actual offensive.
Oh yeah, so he
stuff.
chooses it before. The damage doesn't come till after.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah. That's what I
but
thought.
your opponent has a chance to negate. So once he negates, obviously you're not going to trigger the auto.
Yeah. Unless you really want that card.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Learn something new every day, huh?
I don't play Kaba, so.
Yeah.
I mean-
The point being was like even if you swing with something small.
You might be playing Kava with this Mecha Frieza stuff shenanigans that's going on. So
Get him, boy. Oh, you did 4 damage turn 1?
yeah,
You got it.
We're gonna talk about that here shortly. But what other rulings did we get, guys?
Oh, there was a couple of them. Honestly, I only had like 1 or 2 that I was like, hey, let me double check that I get this. Like, my opponent swings with the 5-drop Vegito. All right, if I Mafuba, what happens? And I'm like, well, the Mafuba goes off, nothing happens.
Yep.
And can I appeal that? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Let me get the head judge, etc. Let me get Jason. Jason, this happens. Yeah, that happens. All right, cool. Some other stuff was like, hey, what about Yajirobe? And I'm like, oh, well, congratulations, you just milled 10 cards from your deck for no reason.
Yep.
All right.
So for those of you who don't know, Yajirobe is a 2-drop blue. He has a blocker and revenge, and it's pretty cool that I saw that a few times at the regional. Yes.
Yeah.
So Vegito will swing with the 5-drop, right?
Yeah.
Swing, Yajirobe block, and he's like, cool, he's dead. Like, no, you still got to mill,
Yeah, you still mill.
evolve, and then you die. People were trying to be like, yeah, I don't mill. No, hold up.
Wait a minute. That's relevant because I played 16 on my side all day.
Yes.
16 put in some work.
Yeah, 16 does put
He
in work.
is the hammer of justice. Dude. He is like,
Remember when that was spoiled and I was like, wow, I want to play something with 16?
Yeah.
yeah, it's called every sideboard that plays green is Android 16.
Yes. So, guys, again, if you guys have any questionable rulings or if you feel like your opponent is doing something incorrectly, don't be afraid to call a judge. We got so many more regionals coming up. We got Vegas coming up, Charlotte, Indy, Richmond? Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes-
Yeah, there's one in Virginia. I think it's Richmond.
Something
yeah.
like that. I don't know. We got so many of them coming up. And then we got more exciting things that we can't announce yet for 2018. It is ridiculous. If you guys have any questions regarding rulings, call a judge. Big important factor. When you call a judge, keep your hand raised.
Yeah, don't just yell it randomly in a room with 300 people.
I had one guy literally get mad at me. He called judge, and I'm like, turn around and look. I'm like, who called judge? And he was like, oh, I did. Oh, thanks for keeping your hand
cool,
up,
thanks,
bro.
and just walk away from
Yeah.
him. Like, fuck you, dude. You're on your own.
I was like, guys, seriously. Like, I'm looking around, and he's like, you're taking forever to get here. And I was like, why you gotta be like, okay, don't make me give you game loss.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Why do I get a game loss? Because I can fucking give you a game loss. Like, fuck you, dude.
But again, going back to the me judging thing, I'm very, very thankful and appreciate that Jim from ARG allowed me to judge. It was an experience I will never forget. It's an experience that actually made me realize that I'm not fit for a judge. I'm fit for to actually play. And because also as a judge, one thing I didn't know, and I looked like I didn't, but as a judge, we cannot post any updates. We cannot.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to be in like radio silence.
Yes. So I had like other people messaging me, hey, how's this person doing? I had to mute chats. 100% had to mute so many chats because I couldn't say anything. Cannot. That.
Can you say that you can't say anything?
Yeah, I had something already copy and paste saying I'm judging, can't talk. So.
Yeah, no, you have to be as impartial as humanly possible.
Yep.
All right, and understandably, that can get very difficult.
Yep.
Especially if you're like, hey, this is a judge call being called, and oh, that's a friend of mine. Well, how did they mess up? Unfortunately, I have to go about it.
Yep.
Like there was a time I got called over to Blackthorn's table. Blackthorn's one of our locals here, and he sat there and he's like, hey, he had crit. I took the life, put it in hand. I'm like, you know what I have to say, right? He's like, yeah, no, I understand. I'm like, dump out your hand, make him discard one. Your pick. And it's like, unfortunately, you have to do that.
Yep.
That's like so backbreaking because now they know your hands and they just took your best card.
Well, exactly.
So
but
don't make mistakes.
Exactly. Don't make mistakes. And it's funny because on day 2, we were asked how many slow play warnings did we give out, and everybody gave out slow play warnings minus me because I was walking around and I made sure like everyone was doing doing things they should have been doing. I guess I just didn't. I was my roam or my 2 lanes or 3 lanes or whatever were so big, and there were so many players. I just kind of just breezed, like, just slow walked and make sure the games were flowing, and I kept going. Now in top 32, I gave slow play out a lot to locals, like even some team bearded players. I was like, dude, you got to pick up the game. You got to pick up the pace.
Well, so part of like slow plays, I'll admit, they are a very hard thing to judge.
Yes.
Because especially if you're doing your job correctly, you're supposed to be going up and down aisles, making sure most game states are going properly. All right? No one's actively trying to cheat or anything along those lines. You don't really have a whole lot of time to just sit down and watch one match for like a minute even.
Especially when we had 288 players.
Yeah, no. There was an insane amount.
Yes.
And so you just don't have that luxury.
The other thing too is, like, I was the only one that played out of the 3 of us. I don't slow play, and then I never felt like I was getting slow played. But 6 out of my 9 games went to time.
That's what I think players have the issue with, is they don't know what classifies as slow playing. All right, I know some games like Pokemon. Pokemon has a very strict, hey, you must do some sort of action every 30 seconds.
And that's what I was counting. I was counting, like, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and there's some players that got to like 20, 29 and then did something. And I was like, okay. And then started a timer again, or even I did it on my phone.
Yeah.
And then I watched them, like, especially in top 32, and I gave 2 out to a local. He was about to get a third, and if you're listening, you know who you are. And a third would have been a game loss, but they were already in sudden death. Just let it slide, because there's no point to give a game loss at that point, because it's just they're already in sudden death.
I feel like you should be allowed to slow play when you're in sudden death, because the timer's irrelevant now.
Exactly,
because now you actually have to really think about everything you do.
Because they hit time. So once you hit time, there's no slow play really anymore per se.
Right.
But you still got to make it. You can't take their 5 minutes to think of a play.
Right.
You have to be. I think when it's sudden death, you get at least 45 seconds to a minute to kind of do something. But the game has to progress.
Yeah, you have to be doing something.
Exactly.
All right, and that becomes a really big issue, especially when people are like, oh, I've got 30 cards in hand. All right, let me see what one card I want to put down for energy, and they'll sit there spending a minute and a half or something like that to get to that point.
Exactly. So
yeah, at that point, like, any card that says draw a card, you don't need anymore. It's not that hard, guys.
Any card that says draw a card, any card that says, oh, let me get an extra mana, or something along those lines.
Yeah, it's turn 9, and you have an objection in your hand. It's probably what needs to go.
Yep. So now, we're going to talk about top 32, right? Top 32, we had 12 Mecha Friezas, 6 Cells, 4 Vegetas, 4...
That's blue Vegeta?
Yeah, blue Vegeta. It would have said Majin Vegeta if it wasn't.
Oh, really? Is that what we're doing?
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure front side isn't Majin. I think back side is.
Well, so it says Vegeta, and then Vegeta's in blue. So I'd assume just like
Sure.
basic blue Vegeta.
I mean,
I guess.
I know it's not the red one. I was just curious
So,
if there's a way to...
Yeah.
Goku Soul Strike, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Blue. 4 of those. 2 Android 17s. 1 Trunks. 1 Ginyu. 1 Golden Frieza. 1 Goku Black. The diversity in this top 32, it is ridiculous.
Minus the Frieza chunk.
Yeah, because that's a big,
that is a very large chunk. It's like half Mecha Frieza, and then everything else.
It's not half; it's a third.
Fair,
so,
but it's really close.
Close to a third.
How many sell?
6, coming down a lot. Because Mecha Frieza's just broken. So let's talk about this Mecha Frieza matchup, right? Do you think it should be once per turn that he should be able to activate his ability once per turn?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
We when the card was spoiled,
Yep.
we sat there and we're like, hey, that's not once per turn. That's gonna get broken in some way, shape, or form.
So I was watching matches, and even in Top Cut, where a Mecha Frieza will go on turn 1 to 4 energy on turn 1. Like, if that's my opponent, what do you do at that point? He's
and they're on the play. They're going first.
and they evolved.
Yeah,
and they got wait. So 1, 2. So they have +5 cards on you and evolved.
Well, no, they played objection, so the cards went down.
Not sometimes. Sometimes they play Monakas.
Well,
Right.
if they're playing Pot of Greed, they're playing Pot of Greed.
But you said 4 energy, so I went there. You said 4 energy.
Yeah,
so
if 4
Sure.
energy, 4 objections, your hand is gonna be 5 cards. But then just the things you can do with those 5 cards.
Early on, it's very strong.
Like, I had a game where I played against a Frieza, and he goes turn 1. He's like, blue energy, objection, 3 objections, filled his hand up. Then I go to my turn, and I'm like, here's my awesome turn. I play a boo. He bloodlusts my boo.
Oh, yeah.
Just so he can flip on his turn.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes on his turn.
Wait, he bloodlusted a boo, a 1-drop boo.
To get the 4th life. Yeah. No, but this is why. So then it goes back to his turn. He's already got 4 energy. Then he plays another energy. And Whis me. So he goes 3 objections and a Whis. So I go to my 2nd energy, and I'm looking over at his 5. Or his 6. He has 6 at this point, right? So my turn 2 ends. It goes to his. He plays his 7th energy. And he plays cooler.
And by the way, so explain this cooler, because this is the cooler which I don't believe it should be a sub $1 card.
Yeah, I'm about to buy some when we're done here, by the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
The cooler, like, no one plays it because the cooler leader is shit. Like the cooler, not the mecha cooler, but the
original
regular,
cooler, yeah.
One that mills you for nothing.
Yep.
He says, sack a dude, or remove from game one of your guys.
Yep.
To dull 2 of your opponent's battle cards, and revive a Kula army, or whatever the...
A cooler squadron,
Cooler, whatever.
or Frieza's army.
Or a Frieza army.
Yep.
Targets are Full Power Frieza, Mecha Frieza, Golden Frieza.
All these come from your discard or your drop area.
So on 7 mana, if he had comboed, I mean he did combo. He had comboed with Mecha Frieza earlier.
Yep.
During his like onslaught of this is my 2 fucking mana. I mean his hand was nothing, but who cares?
Yeah.
And then he's just like, play cooler, kill my Whis, revive Frieza, discard a card, attack with cooler, who's I think a 30k.
He's a 30k.
Double strike.
Yep.
And then Frieza twice at 15 double strike. When I'm tapped out because I played my fucking Curiosity Goku. I was like, all right, dude, you got me. You're the best. And then I won the other 2 games. But that was the coolest deck because he played cooler. That wasn't supposed to come out that way. But all day I was talking about cool that he played that cooler and just like 6 attacks.
And that's definitely a card you were not expecting.
No, I was like, what's that card do? I'm like, oh, that's what that card does. So, like, even like a late game situation where you're like, play cooler, tap your 2 guys, revive my Mecha Frieza, kill your 2 guys. Like, it didn't matter in my game because my guy was a shit.
Yep.
But, like, if you're like, that's like the ultimate comeback. Tap your 2 guys, kill them, attack you 6 times or 4 times for 6 damage.
Yep.
It was just so awesome. I'm done with it. We can go on.
It's strong. It's a strong combo piece.
It's not even a combo piece. You just like slam it and shit on somebody.
Yeah. I mean, he's right. But other decks that caught our eye was something that, obviously the Trunks, Alan, he's a Team Bearded player. He took Trunks. He was undefeated 7 rounds. He lost in the 8th round in Swiss. And then took it all the way to top 8?
4?
4?
No, 4 was
No.
Android.
No, he took it to top 8.
Top 8, yep.
He lost in top 8.
He lost top 8 to the winner of the event. And he took it to game 3, and the game 3 was so close. Oh, like, he just needed one more combo piece to win. One more. But no. I know that he did a deck profile with somebody there with a different store. I, said you could. And we're going to be doing one here as well. But, yeah, that was... People were not expecting that Trunks deck.
It was a really great meta call.
Yeah, he took down Eddie from PPG twice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eddie.
Got him.
I was actually going to bring up, I actually really enjoyed the concept behind his deck.
Yes.
All right.
Balls deep. Was there more to it than that?
It was just, hey, let me just play all these things that give me a deck or give me cards back to hand.
He ran
And has
zero
massive value.
0 negates. The only blocker he ran was the free one that he drops.
0 drop.
Yeah. Great meta call. I'm so happy that also the androids top 2'd. Chad is another Team Bearded player. He went all the way up to top 2.
Yeah. No, the androids are doing a little better than I think people gave them credit for when they were first shown off.
Yes.
Because so much of the androids are just, hey, here's a guy, I can play it early. All right. And against Mecha Frieza, where they're trying to just hold on to their cards in life to cast free spells, an aggressive deck like that just does well.
But see, that's what I was going to ask. You think that the reason why androids did well is because the cell count was so low? Everyone was trying to do a Mecha Frieza build.
I don't want to say it like that, but that's kind of how it's coming off, admittedly, yeah.
I mean, that's what I feel happened.
I think a big reason that the androids weren't like hyped is because if you look at the actual android cards, they're really bad until you put them behind the android leader.
Yes.
They go from being 3 cost 15Ks that do almost nothing to 2 cost 20Ks, which can actually be vanilla and still good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's not even counting like Android the 17, the 5-drop.
To make the opponent discard one?
No, the one that you draw.
18. Oh, that's 18. Yeah, you're right.
You just come back from games you should not win. Like you're not supposed to win this game, and you're just like attack with 17, fill my hand up. Oh, 18. Fill my hand up.
So here's a spoiler alert. I'm currently testing out a Majin Vegeta red, green/blue deck list, and he's in it to refill my hand.
Why don't you just play Save the Day instead?
I'll show you the list.
Why not both?
Why not both? Exactly.
Oh, that's where the green is.
Yes. So it's I want Majin Vegeta to work. I feel it's a strong card.
I feel like it is. I'm surprised like almost nobody played it at all in the tournament.
I don't think anyone played it.
I saw one or two, but
okay.
let me rephrase this. They were not at the top tables.
Yes.
There were some weird people trying weird things.
And what about Gotenks? Like Gotenks was just totally absent from the top tables.
I played against one, and it was scary. She was she's playing Gotenks, and then similar to the build I was trying to make. I still think the Piccolo Revive card is really strong and nobody's playing it. Because you can get the Gotenks you need at the time. But just like turn 2 being like get 2 15Ks.
Sure.
Turn 3 you get 2 more 15Ks and you're just like shit.
So the big issue with Gotenks right now that I feel like people are kind of forgetting.
Kale. Kale's super relevant.
Kale is a card. And
which somehow now somebody did a buyout and trying to make her to a $30 card. It wasn't bearded. That's all I gotta say. It was not me.
If there was a money card this set, it would be her.
I agree. Kale is probably one of the best cards of the set.
I think she's one of the best cards in the game.
That too.
Like she's up there with like Zenzubean and shit. There's actually a turn where I didn't want to sacrifice anybody, so I played her to kill dudes and just let her die.
That's fair. I mean, I've seen, because in the Android deck, obviously she's in there because of the Gotenks, the red Gotenks, the 5-drop.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 100% in there because there's times where I saw so many Gotenks coming out and just somebody would just play a Kale and then they all die. Like I saw one guy, he bobbity, he got the dream team. He got 2 Gotenks out. Somehow his opponent survived. I don't know.
Zenzubeans?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Sensu, and the next turn played a Kill, wiped out the whole board, and took 1 Gotenks out.
Talking about Gotenks, the girl I played with Gotenks, she had, I want to say like 7 in play, and I played the Iron Hammer of Justice, and it was just, that was it. That was like Zenzubean.
Zenzubean him.
Go.
Yeah, I saw that too. So, that Trunks deck, let me tell you guys, that Trunks deck was very, nobody was expecting that one. It was very interesting deck, and it did very well for Alan. He's been playing that locally. That's one of the decks that I'm glad that wasn't spoiled before the regional, or he didn't post a list up, because here's the thing, guys. The Florida area, especially Central Florida area, and even down south, just the Florida region in general, we have strong players here. If you're gonna come to Orlando, you come to Bearded. If you go to South Florida, you go to PPG. Those two right now, we have a friendly competition / rivalry going on
For now.
It's just such a fun thing to see. So many teams popping up right now. It's very nice, and no one's really shit talking, and I really like that.
Unlike Pansy.
Yo, dude, Pansy was just a different. I feel like the majority of community couldn't handle Pansy.
I'm glad I wasn't involved in any way with Pansy.
Yeah, Pansy would. Yeah. But reminiscing on that, I'm just so happy to see all these teams popping up. Teams from New York, teams from Midwest, teams from Florida, teams from wherever. I'm just excited. It's just bringing people together. Really, that's what this is all about. We're having fun. We're enjoying an IP that we like. A lot of people like. And bringing teams together, I'm enjoying it, and next time I'll be there to lead Team Bearded into battle versus judging because I will not be
from the front this time.
Yeah, I'm not judging anymore. I'm still hurting from this weekend, but we plowed through it and called it that. So speaking of which, Team Bearded, we had 8 players top 32. I don't remember the breakdown because I was running around doing so many other things. We had another local top. He's not Team Bearded, but he is a local nonetheless. So technically 9 people from Central Florida topped.
Central Florida has some strong players.
Goku, saying.
2 of them were untapped Goku, which I heard that somebody say that untapped Goku is not played in this area, but that is not
I've
true.
also heard him be called unplayable.
Yeah, that is not true because Tony and I have been running untapped Goku for a while.
I love that fucking card.
Fern, he lost in top 16. I want to say
he lost.
No, he lost in top 32.
That's made top 16.
Oh
Yeah.
yes,
But then Fern top 4'd the 1K with the same deck.
yes. So untapped Goku is such a strong.
It's real.
I love it. I love the deck.
It beats Bloodlust because they're like, Bloodlust your guy. I'm like, cool, here's another guy. Oh, shit.
Yeah, because there's
Another guy in the same turn?
Yeah, there were so many people, like, when I would see Bass or Fern play, like, even during the regional, people, like, will blow up something like, cool, I just untapped 3. Oh, look, I just untapped 2 more. Here's another dude.
Here's
And
another
I'm-
Gotenks.
And I'm coming at you. And people were like, wait, how'd you play 3 dudes this turn? I untapped.
I hate re-explaining these 3 cards untap. You're dead.
Do you, yeah, so... I mean, guys, you like again. If I understand Tony hates for explaining himself, but if you don't know what a card does, just say, "Hey, hold on. Can I see the card? Can I read the card?" Or if anything, guys, going back to the original thing I said, ask the judge.
No, I mean that's fine. They wait till I'm done. They don't say, "What does that do?" No, they're just like, "Okay, wait, hold on. What'd you do?"
Yeah, so it sounds like they were zoning out and just like, whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, now that this is actually doing something, I want to know what happens.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But, Team Bearded, we went on to top 2. In top 4, we had a Chad versus... it was Chad versus Peter. Chad's Team Bearded. Peter's PPG. And then the Mecha Friezas. I'm so happy the Mecha Friezas face each other.
That's what they deserve.
That's what they deserved because it was Colin, which he's out of Tampa, and his friend, I believe he's also out of Tampa, the winner of the event. Colin made that deck, and Colin went undefeated in Switch, which, by the way, he's built up a store. Props to him. It's not an easy journey. If you have any questions, Colin, if you listen to this podcast, hit me up.
I thought it was Jorge that won.
Jorge did win, but
Okay.
Colin was the other guy.
Okay.
Colin was the originator of that deck. That Jorge told me that Colin built a deck, and then they helped.
Okay.
So I didn't see the list. What was the basis of it?
Well, Colin, I believe, was the yellow red mecha, and
The Bobbity Mecha?
yeah, and the
Okay.
other one was the
Luxac Frieza?
the yellow green one, yes, or tricolor.
Yeah, Colin is definitely running red.
Yeah,
So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the list actually right now, and I'm saying, hey, there's Jiren, there's Gohan.
I like how everyone was complaining about Bobbity and wanted to ban him, and then now everyone's complaining about Frieza, and this guy's like, just play both!
exactly.
Got him!
So in top 4 there was actually 3 Mecha Friezas, right? Because Peter from PPG was running Mecha Frieza, and then Colin and Jorge, and then Chad, who's Team Bearded, was running androids, right?
Yeah.
So Chad versus Peter was it was a tough match. They battled out, took it to game 3. Chad won, and that was such a close game. Like, hats off to Peter. He everything was going right for him, and then Chad just pulled out at the end. Like, at one point I thought Chad was gonna lose, and then he just surprised me.
Yeah, I looked over and that Android 17 was on the board, and he's just drawing cards. drawing all the cards.
Like, and I believe at that point Peter either had a Negator or Bloodlust on his hand, and he chose not to do it. But the issue with the Mecha Frieza deck, and that's something I wanted to talk about, is that you're so reliable on so many extra cards. When it's time to that combo, you have nothing.
Yeah.
So that's why an aggressive deck will totally take down the Mecha Frieza, and that's why the Allen with his Trunks deck just swept the floor.
Through the Friezas, yeah.
He walked through them.
And then past that, too, you got to think, like, the same reason I'm not big on Vegeta. I don't think Vegeta's bad, like some people. But the longer the game goes, the worse your leader gets.
Yeah, no, Mecha Frieza is definitely one of those leaders that has a very nice, strong start, But as you're getting to like 3 life, 2 life, you're not activating that effect. You're trying to make sure you stay alive.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You just become vanilla.
All
That's
right.
why I like Goku.
Well, because then you're at a 4 life handicap at that point. But then the offset is that you got a strong
billion cards.
a billion
Yeah.
cards. But see, that's why I wanted the Trunks or the Andrews. I was hoping one of those were going to take it, not because they're Team Beater players, but because then I didn't have any ammo to potentially even think about banning Mecha Frieza from the store until we get proper just because everybody's gonna be playing.
We're not gonna.
It's not gonna happen.
I mean, I'm not gonna ban it, but it was on my mind yesterday when I was like,
This is bullshit.
this is some bullshit. Hold up now.
Yeah,
You
no,
did what?
I judged a couple of the feature matches, and I saw one of them was Mecha Frieza versus Mecha Frieza, and I'm just sitting there watching what these decks are doing, and they're like, all right, cool, pay 1 life, encouraging Presence Manaka, draw a card, double strike, all right, swing at leader, 15 double strike, draw another card, and I'm just sitting there like, what did you just do?
Exactly. I had to read the card again to just double check.
I need an adult.
Stranger danger.
It was bad. It was just like some of the turns. Honestly, I played 3 Mecha Friezas, and I wasn't too worried. It's just watching the turns. You're like, what do I do next? But then, like the cooler game I talked about, there's just games you can't win.
Yes.
I don't care how good you are, how good your deck is. Like, nobody would have won that game.
Yep.
Nobody, unless I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But then I still wouldn't have won because he did it first.
Exactly. Exactly.
He had that first turn advantage.
So again, guys, the Team Bearded first year well, it hasn't even been a year yet since we established the team. Actually,
What, 2 weeks ago?
that wasn't 2 weeks ago. I feel like it's been a month.
I mean, we've been getting prepared. We haven't officially
Launched-
made it a
Yeah,
team
yeah.
until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but,
because
like,
I had to get samples and I had to get the just do
I
everything.
knew it was a thing being developed like a month and a half ago or something
Yeah,
along those
I
lines.
want-
we've been talking about it, and a lot of the people that are on the team were still playtesting and building together, so it was like a team without being one.
And by the way, guys, I have about 20 to 30 applicants who want to join Team Bearded. Again, if you want to join Team Bearded, there's an email, jointeambearded@gmail.com. I'm pretty sure that's the email address.
Can I join the team?
I mean, you are the captain.
Yeah.
I mean, so,
Maybe the captain should top next time instead
Oh!
of being a little.
yeah, what a scrub.
Yo, I went to time in like 6 of my 9 games.
Maybe you should speed up. Stop slow playing. Anyways,
I just need to play Trunks. Bro, give me your list. I'm just gonna play Trunks.
Here,
Finish
I got
my-
the list.
Right? Just gonna finish
On my phone.
Finish my game.
so guys, if you want to join Team Bearded, send the information out there. Information needed is just your previous past history of games you've topped, and I can check them, so don't lie. It'll take me some time, but I can check. Anything else that your previous CCG experience.
I mean, it's gonna be more relevant than your current because there's not really much.
Yeah, there's not really much
Super-wise.
here, but just let me know anything. Any beard picks obviously are huge pluses. Obviously, you don't need to send any picks.
So, you know, it was a little embarrassing
Woo.
that the PPG had way cooler beards than the rest of our team.
Yeah, because I mean,
We got it locked down. You know what I'm saying?
you and I, but I mean,
That's it.
yeah, because everybody else has a job and has a shave. I mean, I have a job and I
I
don't
also have a
shave.
job and I refuse to shave.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the name Bearded Collective will start off as a joke and it just ran from there, and it's
Spiraled out of control.
it really has. Like the amount of
Yeah,
love.
like your beard.
Well, yeah, I mean, I gotta put product in it. That's coming soon. Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, I was so happy to meet all the teams I previously mentioned. I finally met George from PPG. He's the owner of that store, and really really cool down to earth guy. And he said he will help me out with a few things here and there. Really appreciate the lookout, and like I said, friendly rivalry. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it friendly. I'm excited to see what's going on. I know some of them going to Vegas. I was thinking about sending some of us to Vegas, but not at the same time.
I already told him if he sends me, I probably won't make it to the tournament.
That's
Vegas is the wrong place, man.
that's the issue, man. Hookers and blow. You keep your car game. Anyways, let's proceed.
I'll be playing cards, but it probably won't be
It
Dragon
probably
Ball.
won't be Dragon Ball.
Yeah, last thing
I'll
I
be at
need,
that blackjack table.
last thing I need is for Fern to try to buy to go get a Slurpee.
Why is it declined? Why?
So those of you who don't know, so after Saturday event, we all went. Well, most of us went to L House and had such a great time talking and stuff. And Fern, like I said, he top 32'd, made me laugh so much that I almost pissed my pants. The things he was saying, things I can't say on the podcast.
Damn.
I know, but the simple fact that he thought it was he didn't understand why I was recording him, because I have recorded him saying this, that every time he goes to 7-Eleven, he doesn't know why his card gets declined when he's trying to buy a Slurpee, and I just couldn't stop laughing. The guy's not even, he's not 21 yet, so I couldn't buy him a beer, because I would have bought him a beer, but Fern, when you turn 21, I'm getting your ass drunk.
Yeah, so he also, like, being under 21, beat a bunch of... I mean, he's a grown-ass man, but he beat a bunch of other grown-ass men at a card game. A children's card game.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. He did so well in 2 events in a row with a deck that's irrelevant.
Yeah, because nobody plays Untapped Coup or Discarded Goku anymore.
No, it's a bad leader.
It's a bad leader, definitely
Awful.
in the Florida,
Like,
Central
who
Florida
wants
area.
your leader to be 20k and give you value whenever you attack?
No,
It just sounds
that's
like...
dumb.
In a Tap 2? No.
Yeah, that's value.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm going to draw a card, untap 2, and get 5k buff.
Sounds horrible.
So bad.
Moving on. So the winner of the draft ball, guys, is, as of recording this, it ends in 4 hours.
So we don't know yet.
So we don't know yet.
That should have been for the end. I don't know why he did that now.
I don't know, because I have an agenda here, and we all agreed to it. So, by the way, if you listen to the podcast, I had so many people come up to me and say there was no code in there.
You're wrong.
You're wrong, because I had so far, how many players did I say?
I think he said 40-something.
42 people listened to the code and found out the code was 2432. I said it randomly throughout the podcast. It was literally all together, and I remember it was one time. And I remember Tony laughing, but it was 24.
I shook my head and I was like, "Really, dude?"
Yeah, it was 2432. Raul, this is why you're banned, because we were probably talking about Final Fantasy, and you told me, you first told me that you listened to the whole podcast, but then I said we probably mentioned it during when we were talking about Final Fantasy, and you said, yeah, that's when I took my headphones off. That's why you probably didn't hear.
That's what you get.
That's what you get. So that's why you missed out. So the winner will be picked tonight. Or maybe tomorrow, because it's 12. Ends at like at midnight. I'm probably gonna be working on a new store, getting that place ready for opening. Projected date right now is either at the end of this month or the first or the second of next month. So trying to get things worked out that way. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm so excited for that. One of the things we want to talk about, guys, today as well is that when you're playing an opponent, doesn't matter what round, what match, be
a fucking adult.
Respectful.
Thank you. Be respectful. Be an adult. There's no need to be a douche, guys. Like, there was one time we're just gonna. I know the guy's name because I know his deck. We found his deck list, but we're gonna call him Salt Master.
So to set up the stage, we were in our last round. Like, this is the last round,
and I was already off the clock from judging, so I was sitting next to Tony. Right. And last round, go ahead, Tony.
So I'm sitting here with my opponent in front of me, and then behind him,
at the next table behind Tony.
Yeah, the next table there was another player, and then opposite side we see the guy, and he's just like flipping his shit. Right, he calls a judge over for a deck check.
Not just one judge. He called Toro.
No, he called it a judge, and the judge told him no. Because I was watching the whole thing.
But didn't Toro come over?
But yeah, he wanted to escalate to Toro.
Oh, gotcha. Yes, you're right.
He wanted to. That's not the word they use. What word did they
appeal?
Use? He wanted to appeal because he's like, I can't deck check him. It's going to affect the game state. There's no evidence of multiples, like 6 boos or whatever. And then, so the judge does what he has to do because he has to get somebody else if you want to appeal. It's just the rules. So Toro comes over, and the look on Toro's face was like, is this really fucking happening right now? Because the guy says, like, literally word for word says, you can't admit that you haven't been luckier in this game than you've ever been lucky in any game you've ever played ever.
And he says this to his opponent while the other judge is going to go get the head judge, and then he turns to his player next to him, and the player next to him agrees that he's right. I'm like, are you guys serious right now? If somebody just because he was complaining that he got all his 1-drops and played them, and he's like, oh, this is bullshit. There's no way you just did all this. There's
I've done
no
it
way.
like 100 times.
And Tony and I are just looking at each other like, this is not happening right now. There's no way this guy's so salty. Like, first of all, he wasn't even in the top tables.
Dude, this was like X and 6 tables.
Yeah, that's saying much about your record, Tony.
I was higher table.
No.
Also, since we're gonna bring up my record, I lost one game I went to time, won the other 2, and then
Tony's triggered.
I got 2 draws, and then the other 3 draws I would have got, I rolled for to try to get wins, and I lost all the rolls.
Well, technically, that's
Against the rules.
Yes.
I know, but the tournament's done, and I'd rather get knocked out or knock somebody out than both of us just get fucked.
Fair, sure. Don't do that again.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see how that goes.
I mean, hey, I was EXO the entire tournament. Didn't drop a single game.
Me too.
Hey.
I saw. I'm not gonna bring.
So
it up.
going back to Saltmaster, so he was super salty and like just talking so much crap to his opponent. Guys, if I was judging at that point, I would have just been like, you know what, this is a game loss for you, bud. Like, there's no need to be a dick. Like, 100%, don't be a dick. Let's be real. Like, there's 3 rules at Team Bearded. At Bearded Collectibles, someone found out the rules the hard way. Rule number 1, don't be a dick. Rule number 2, don't be a dick. Rule number 3, don't be a dick when I'm away at Gen Con. Because that will really piss me off.
Yeah,
So,
causing a scene and generally just being a dick.
yeah, like, there's no need for that, guys. I've said this multiple times. We are privileged adults to be playing with cardboard. There's so many people out there in the world, and I know this sounds like your typical mom shit about, oh, you know, should eat all your food because they're starving kids in China type of deal. Thanks, George. George is singing. But I'm being 100% serious, guys. I've I didn't come up with money. So, you know, I've learned how to cherish and understand and take pride in what I do, and that's why Bearded Collectibles is the way it is. Don't be a dick, guys. If your opponent is rude to you, call a judge, explain to him the situation, or tell the judge, hey, can you watch my game for a few? And if your opponent is a dick again, the judge will step in and be like, I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah. So...
And like, how are you going to try to play a game, a social game, where you have to go and interact with people and then be a dick?
I don't get that.
That's how you get banned from stores.
100% that's the way that happens.
Yeah.
Should we make a shirt, Mr. Saltmaster?
Yeah, we should make it a mat.
Mr. Saltmaster.
Something. I really like that Salt Mage shirt. I don't know what company made it, but it was like a white mage from Final Fantasy dressed as a Morton
I'm
Salt.
pretty sure you can find it on like Teespring or something
Probably.
like
Yeah, but we can make our own and put it on the store.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
We're just going to start selling shirts. Like, we're no longer a
Card game company.
A card game company. We're a shirt
The
company.
nerd clothing line. What's that one company? They like make a bunch of shirts and they only sell them for X amount of time.
Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, man. That's dangerous.
Oh, that's very dangerous.
I know. I would love to build that same example. But anyways, again, guys, don't be a dick. Final Fantasy. Nani? Tony. Final Fantasy. You top 3'd in Final Fantasy. Congrats.
I played in the 1K on Sunday because I scrubbed out. I scrubbed out. I
How many
scrubbed out on day 1.
How many players?
I think it was 30 or
33.
something. 33. 33 was the Mognet. I didn't play in that. That
Oh, okay.
was on Sunday was a 1K.
Gotcha. So you're right. There was 2 different events.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 31 or 32 people. I don't remember.
Oh, that's really close then.
Yeah, it was basically the same size event, and for what I understand, a lot of the same players played. The guy who won.
Can we just do a slow clap? Because didn't they have more people than Force of Will?
Force of Will actually had like 40 something.
I knew that would trigger George.
You knew exactly what would. You're not wrong.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I played a random deck. Without getting too far into this on the Dragon Ball podcast.
It's fine, dude. This is.
And the same problem I always have when I play card games, like, what does that card do?
Yep.
And then you have to explain your actions, and I hate it because they let me do what I'm trying to do, like they get it, and then have to make me rewind.
Yeah, it's all cool until you actually deal me damage. Like, whoa, what?
Like it'd be like playing Magic. Oh, I'm playing Storm right now. My Storm counts at 30.
I couldn't even imagine trying to go back on that. I'm like, dude, you just fucking game lost for being a dick.
Judge, I have no idea what my opponent just did. They didn't give me a chance to respond.
That's hilarious. But did you have fun? What like, you know, there seems like there's, you know, Petite Cups starting up and launching and stuff across the U.S. I know they mentioned OP. It's gonna be like in April starting for them. I hope Bandai's actually doing it right.
Bandai knows what they're doing.
Square Enix, Onyx, whatever. If you're listening to
Onyx
this
is a Pokemon.
whatever, Square Enix. If you're listening to this podcast, which I know you're not, you can't fuck up. 100% you cannot fuck up. Right now, you've already fucked up. If you fuck up even more, your game's going to die.
So I was really trying to talk about promos, but one thing that Final Fantasy did right is the first 3 promos they came out with were
Exclusives. Yep.
Then at one point they're like, this is bad.
Yes.
And now they're just alt arts.
Which, hey, you have to give them credit, all right? That's I think, one of the biggest problems that people have with Dragon Ball Super is the promos are all exclusive promos, and I know we all know this.
And I know our listener knows this.
I don't mean to beat a dead horse right now. All right.
They're working on it, supposedly. All I can say.
But yeah, apparently Square Enix has like a soft launch, is what I'll call it, for the OP, is that they're having stores do it.
Yes, but it's funny because in Pansy, right, any of my listeners, our listeners that played Pansy, we would always get everything on point, and everything was so good, and then Australia would get screwed, right?
It's opposite now.
And it's literally the opposite, and now we know how Australia felt because everything's happening in Europe. Everything is going on. They just had like a 166-person tournament in like Wales.
Well, so that's the
On a
thing.
whale?
No, in Wales.
Like Pinocchio?
Sure, no.
Just inside Monstro.
Yeah, just whatever.
But it's just incredible that region is blowing up for Final Fantasy. Yet here we can't get more than 40.
You have to take the launch into consideration, and that is a very real issue that happened with Final Fantasy when it was coming out. Was the game was supposed to launch in Europe, and it launched really successfully in Europe. And rather than like wait the time to get all the distributors and stuff like that in order, they just ran that stuff out to America, and so no one had product.
But the issue with that, and backing on that,
We talked about this too, yeah.
yeah, we talked about this. Pre-orders, guys. You have to put in your pre-orders in. If you don't put your pre-orders in when the distributor orders it, let's say they order 20,
Especially on a new game.
yeah, especially on a new game. If they only order like 100 boxes, they probably will only get 80. Like if there's not the number there, a company's not gonna send out product for like if Region A orders 1 million and Region B orders 500, I mean, Region B is gonna get screwed. And that's exactly what I feel like happened.
Well, even then, if there's 1,000 or like let's say 1 million pre-orders, they're gonna print like 1,000,000.5, not 0.5, like 0.2.
Exactly.
They're not gonna way overshoot their pre-orders
for a new game.
especially for a new game. So, let's say we pre-ordered 500,000, but we wanted 1.2 million.
Because people waited to do anything until they
I
saw.
honestly didn't know about it until it was almost out.
Same because the distributor, and this is why I'm not a fan of single or what's the actual word for it? Like
Exclusive?
exclusive distributor stuff. No, a distributor should be distributing stuff. There should not be any exclusive stuff. That's why I'm gonna give a clap to Dragon Shield because when Asmodee did their thing and went distributor exclusive, Dragon Shield said nope, we cannot do that. We're backing out of our contract with you to distribute. We'll take care of the stuff from our own. Thank you very much for our years of partnership, and we called it. And I'm so happy to do
Dragon
that.
Shield being kind of like whatever. And now if you look at them, like
They backed out. They backed out of that, and because that would have made them. You had to buy from one distributor, and Dragon Shield said no, we can't. We're so clutch in the trading card game community. We can't be exclusive.
it's like the name.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's other sleeves that are good. I'm not saying it's only good sleeves.
Correct.
But Dragon Shield is still the name, no matter what you guys use.
If you want to be like, hey, I need quality sleeves, Dragon Shield.
Right now is Dragon Shield or Eclipses, Ultra Pro Eclipses. Those two are the best on the market.
I'll be honest, the clips are surprising me. I will be front up and admit, oh, hey, Ultra Pro, whatever. They make some very middle of the road products. But like using Eclipses for the last couple of weeks, I'm like, hey, these are actually really good, solid sleeves.
They just need to bump up their count to 100.
It's like their premium version. Because we were talking about Ultra Pro earlier before we got on the podcast. And like the early 2000s, those Ultra Pros with the, I don't even know what you want to call it. They're like metallic look.
Yeah.
And they would melt. The glitter would come off on your fingers and stain your cards. I have like actual Magic cards that are blue tinted.
Interesting.
Because the sleeves would like, I mean, it's kind of my fault. They were in my car for a long time, and then
But yeah.
But they
sure.
dyed my cards blue.
Yeah, I never had that issue.
I think that's why all of them now, like, up front say, hey, there's no PVC, there's no acids or any of that in there.
People are probably eating them because
I mean, fair. If I had to
Card
live off of
players.
a diet of card sleeves.
So again,
recycle.
Square Enix, if you're listening, don't mess up OP. I really want this card game to launch to continue to grow. Help me, help you, help me, help you, type of deal. If you have any questions, let me know. That's the beard.
Let me know, because I actually play this fucking game and I really like it.
I would play it too, but I mean, it's just I don't have time.
I'll find out one way or another.
Yeah. So Tony Dokkan, right? We're gonna talk about Dokkan Battle a little bit here.
Why though?
I don't know. It's on the agenda.
Sure. They just gave us. They didn't give us.
Well,
so you can get that Vegito now.
Yeah, so the LR Vegito that we voted on, I voted off for something
I did
different.
not vote for him. He's not my LR. He's not my LR.
Hashtag
He's
not
not.
my LR.
I haven't played Dokkan like in 2 to 3 weeks now, and I feel pretty okay with that.
I wouldn't with the amount of time that you put into it.
Time or money? Which one are you talking about?
I didn't want to say you
how,
did.
How much? How many times did you like? All right, just $5 more.
Oh, it's been a lot more.
Oh, I know it's been a lot more.
I don't
than
think
five.
it's ever been just 5 more. Though.
The issue is that I opened up a separate credit card just for Dokkan.
Oh God. I am so sorry.
Instead of saying like, his actual name, it says Sunbeard.
Luckily, my wife does not listen to the podcast. If you tell her to listen to the podcast, I will cut you. No, I'm just kidding.
But, I mean, the game's fun. It's just like I've been playing it basically since release. So have you.
It's just got so repetitive. It got to a point where I was just like, it felt like dailies, and I was just like, I need to take a break.
Yeah, because like for a while it was a lot of fun because like this event's coming out and you can grind it if you want. And it's
But
cool
you don't have to.
But the thing is, you would have to grind it because it wouldn't come around for like another 6 months. Now events are coming back like every other month.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, I'll take a break.
I mean, it's something that happens though because there's so many events now and so many like LR, super rares and super rares.
I have no more space, and I have my box is maxed out on space. I have no more space.
Oh,
I'm
geez.
over 300 right now.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. So they need to increase some more space.
I don't know. Like I'm kind of burned out because like I stopped spending money on the game and I've been just saving stones. And then I got burned on Super Saiyan 3 Goku. No. I got Masked Saiyan, which I didn't want. And then
Fair.
I got burned on Vegito because I got Janemba, which I also didn't want. 'Cause I have like optimal strength heroes.
Yep.
Which is a better team anyway. And then I went for Gotenks and I pulled
I didn't even pull.
I pulled Broly. I pulled my 4th Broly to max out my Broly, who's like basically irrelevant now, because I also don't have Cooler.
I pulled Cooler, but on the Gotenks pull, it was all rares. I felt so sad.
You only got 1 SR and then all rares.
I didn't even think I even got an SR.
If you multi-summon, you have to get an SR.
Oh, then sure. I got maybe 1 SR and they were all rares. It was a sad day.
Like I
On
also
toilets.
hate when I pull like these awesome cards from a year ago. Like
Yes.
I pulled the physical Kid Buu and I'm like, oh cool.
And now it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just for nostalgia standpoint. Like I need to go through and clean out my box and go from there.
That's the thing with gacha games in general.
Yeah.
So guys, by the way, I didn't go overboard on Dokkan per se, I would think. But one of the cool things is that if you have a Sam's membership, Costco or BJ's membership, they sometimes throw Apple gift cards or Google Play gift cards on sale, like $100 worth for like $80 That's what I would do, and maximize.
If he was doing that.
Yeah,
If he was.
yeah, maximize my value for that. I know recently for Black Friday, Sam's had you can buy up to 10 packages, so you can buy $1,000 worth of gift cards for $850. So seems like a worth thing. I didn't do that.
Maybe it's good that you stopped playing Dokkan.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't do that. So last thing we want to talk about, guys, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So
baby.
So right now, Hit, Goku Black, and Beerus were shown, and then last week we had Gotenks. A few other people show up. What are one of the things that you guys are excited about seeing?
So I'm actually they put out the trailer, and on the trailer they showed off the dramatic intros and dramatic finishes based off of like scenes from the anime, and those are all just super fluid. And I have to give ARCsys more credit than they're worth. All right, because that just they look amazing. Like one of the scenes is just straight up. All right, from Gohan finishing off Cell, and it's just Android 16's just heads on the ground. Cell just stomps it in. All right.
Oh, so it's like the story mode.
No, this is just stuff that can happen in like arcade mode, online
I didn't know it
battles.
could happen in arcade. I thought it was
I
just
think
story
it
mode.
happens during certain matchups.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If your kid Gohan versus Cell, like that can happen.
Oh, interesting. Because I
That's
know
what I heard.
I
haven't
know
really
when
followed
Goku
into
does
it.
the comment about like you actually see Goten and Gohan like a family comment.
That's if you have Ultimate Gohan on the same team as Goku and Goten.
I didn't think Goten was a
Or
player.
maybe Gotenks. Either way. But it's like a special thing with only like certain characters and stuff like that on a team.
I hope
together.
Goten's playable because I'll be kind of disappointed if he's not.
No, Goten. I don't think he's a player.
Gotenks is.
Gotenks
I know,
is, but not
but-
Goten.
I want Goten to be playable.
I feel like that'd just be redundant.
Why?
Why? Trunks is in there.
Yeah, but there's 2 different Trunks.
You're right. I mean, it's future Trunks. It's not young Trunks.
Yeah.
I would also want Young Trunks to be in there.
DLC.
So let's talk about
the whole cast isn't out yet, right?
Yeah, I think we're still supposed to get at least like 3 or 4 more players.
Yeah, so Yamcha's supposedly surprising some people that have already play tested, which is it'll be kind of funny and weird that
Yamcha's top tier.
Oh my god, like
Tien was really good in one of the Budokai games.
Yeah.
But like I talked about that other game on the DS that was done really well, except that power levels mattered.
Yep.
Extreme Butoden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game was so fun, minus that, because you could only play like 3 characters.
Yeah, you can only play like either 3 characters or like some combination of like 2 assists or whatever.
Right.
All right. And the game was a lot of fun, and honestly, it was a great like impulse buy, especially because if you got the early copies, it came with a copy of Super Butoden 2 for the SNES, for your 3DS, and that's the only way to get that game right now.
I didn't get that.
yeah, no.
That's the only game that I've actually
I was poor.
got rid of. Like for real. Like I mean, I've got rid of a couple games, but like normally like I'll just throw in the drawer, play whenever I feel like it. I was like, this game sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a lot of balance issues with that game because power levels mattered a lot.
Like I really like Nappa. Like he was huge and he was like the Hulk character of the game. He did no damage and died in 2 shots because he's Nappa.
Well, Nappa is actually a playable character in this, which I'm excited to try.
Open beta, 14th and 15th.
Well, I know. Trust me, I know. I have to have a few pre-order for the store. So
Yeah, let me get one of those beta keys though. You don't need them all.
No, it's open beta.
it's over
Open beta.
Open beta.
You no key required.
I know
So-
what open beta means. I just
Okay,
didn't hear
well,
that the first time.
we just. I mean,
Clarification.
it's like people when they play against you. And
So we're gonna right, go back and explain it.
If you have pre-ordered, you get it a day early on the 13th.
Yeah. So it's gonna be nuts because I'm gonna have the open beta up on the TVs at the store. Like
I did pre-order it.
You'll
I didn't. I got a. Is there a key for it for the pre-order?
it's open beta.
No, for the pre-order early day.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Because I got mine. I pre-ordered mine at GameStop because they come with a little Goku figure, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like super gay for figures.
Does it come with a Goku figure? I need
If
to
you pre-order at GameStop.
I need to pre-order from there. It's just I pre-ordered through Best Buy because I get points.
Okay, well, the figure's like super cool. It's a
So,
little Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
If it has offline mode that weekend, first come tournament.
I would do it. At Beard Collectibles,
Yeah.
new place.
We could do it on like a Sunday night, so I can actually make it.
I mean, fight night. So our fight nights, what I'm calling them or dubbing them, they're gonna be Friday nights, Saturday nights, or frankly any day of the week where people show up.
I can do it pretty much any day except Thursday, Friday.
Oh, at least
We
Saturday.
can talk about that later. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
really
yeah.
relevant for the podcast.
But I'm excited about Dragon Ball Fighter Z because it's just gonna bring it's a different revenue stream for that. It's a different just different excitement because I can't wait to see the amount of people doing just pulling out these sick combos and going from there. So
So the game looks really fun. And as someone who's played a lot of competitive fighters over my years, I played Marvel 2, Marvel 3, Ultimate. I've played Street Fighter since I was on the SNES. And there was just a lot of good in the fighting game community, and I use the word good very loosely there.
well, but see, also this game definitely picks up where I believe Marvel's Capcom Infinite
Dropped the bucket.
slacked off on.
Yo, I saw Marvel's Capcom new $30.
Really?
It's dropped in price, and that's why I'm waiting for it to drop even more to pick up. Because now I got to pick up 4 copies of each game, so that we have them in the store to play tournaments.
Yeah, well, that game apparently is bad. I haven't even.
But it's on the series. It's on a series for people to play and stuff.
Right, but like, I've always loved Marvel's Capcom. I played the first one. I played
same.
X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I loved them all. And then like I look at this game and I'm like, what is this shit?
Same. You know the interesting thing is that for Marvel vs. Capcom, I know this for sure. Like to get like extra colors and stuff, we're gonna have to play through it like 4 times.
Colors don't matter because it doesn't affect the game. If there's characters unlocking, that's gonna be rough.
No, there's no characters unlocking.
Yeah.
But I want all the colors.
Go for it. Do it on your Master System. I was thinking about if we started doing Mario Kart as tournaments, that's going to be rough. Because the amount of races you have to do on Mario Kart to unlock everything is unreal.
I was gonna say you can just like copy a save file, but you can't even do that on the Switch anymore.
Nope.
Like
Nope.
Switch has no online saves, no nothing.
How are we going to do that? Because we are planning to do... I mean, so I don't want to do, like we talked about before, like reduced fee if somebody brings their own system, because I don't want any... I want to make sure like something's insured. Like it's easy for me to do than to coordinate with somebody and do that way. But yeah, I mean you're right. We're gonna have to play this a few times across 4 different platforms.
The colors don't matter. Most fighting games will let you unlock by playing matches.
So I'm talking about Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, mine's not even fully unlocked, and I play the shit out of that game, dude.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting when we have.
And
to
then
do
one
that.
of the things you have to do is beat the ghosts on every map.
Hmm.
Then you also have to get gold stars in at least one gold
but is
star
this to
in
unlock
every race.
every character and every item?
Yes,
Oh damn!
like ones that actually affect the game.
Oh,
Ah,
damn.
jeez.
Maybe we just say
No Mario Kart.
no Mario Kart.
For that, somebody has to bring a device, and it's not going to lower the fee because
I mean,
it's just unrealistic to unlock that much Mario Kart stuff.
bringing devices in is nothing new. All right,
But the Switch is also like super portable.
I get that, but
I know where you're coming from. We'll figure that out later too. But like,
I guess we're just gonna have to get our Mario Kart skills in order.
but then you can't get mad at oh, he has the golden fucking cart and I don't. Then fucking unlock it, dude. You know what I'm saying?
But then you have imbalance, and I know it's crazy talking about balance when we're talking
We all
about
play
Mario
card
Kart.
games. If you want the
Alright.
shit, you go get it.
You're right. You're right. But we'll cross our bridge when it comes down because also supposedly the brawl there should be a new brawl coming out for the Switch and stuff. And what other competitive games are there for like Nintendo in general besides Brawl?
ARMS is supposed to be competitive. I haven't looked into it.
Arms competitive is not that good.
I would figure like
The
Splatoon.
game's not that good.
I would figure like Splatoon or something like that.
Splatoon and Pokken.
Yeah, Pokken is supposed to be really good.
And then-
but apparently Pokken is still competitively on the Wii U instead because it has some kind of controller that they use.
Well, no, the controller is now compatible with the Switch version.
Then irrelevant.
Yeah, I want to avoid from buying like obsolete hardware. I want to keep everything.
Yeah.
And then they just announced, at least for all major consoles, Xbox One, Switch, and PS4, a 30th anniversary edition for Street Fighter.
Yes.
Which has like all the games.
Yeah,
Yes.
Street Fighter
That was,
1
like, rock
all
hard.
the way
You don't
through
even know.
Third Strike.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome doing that and that's just gonna open up it to so much more interesting fights. So can't wait for that.
What's also cool is you can have like a super fight night where you can just have like 8-man fire off.
Yeah,
Or even 4-man fire off.
I wish Mortal Kombat would do something like that too.
You mean not be awful?
Whatever. Soul Calibur's coming back, so I'm excited about that.
I hope it.
I hope it's better than 5.
My biggest problem with Soul Calibur, okay, is why do they redesign the character every game?
I don't know.
Like the movesets are different. They straight split Nightmare into 2 characters. They added a chick with a hula hoop. Nobody knows how to play Ivy.
Is so real fast because I haven't played fighting games in a while. Is Dead or Alive an Xbox exclusive or is that a multi?
Do they still make that or Alive? The game died.
No. So Dead or Alive 5 has been going on for a while now. Mostly, though, as a free-to-play game.
Oh, those are bad.
Yeah, it was a free-to-play, like, you
I remember
downloaded it, and
yeah.
then microtransactions out the butt.
Yeah,
That's what pissed me off
Wow,
about Killer
really?
Instinct. I
Jeez.
was like, we didn't get a Killer Instinct for like fucking 15 years. And then we got the free-to-play one, so I get on there.
on the Xbox.
Well, you could also pay just, like, $30 to get everything.
Right. But the game was awful.
Yeah.
And they put a Battletoad in there trying to get me to play, and I was like,
They put a Battletoad in it. They put the Arbiter in it.
Yeah.
All right. Like, there were some really cool guest characters, and I'm like, man, if only the concept behind this game was fun.
Yep.
If it was like the old one, like the original,
Yep.
where you can do super combos and it not just be...
Combo
Like, I was
breaker.
playing it, and I was just hitting... I was trying to do stuff, right? And then I started just hitting X, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm winning every fight.
Yeah, no, because the dial a combo system or whatever it's called in Killer Instinct, it's not fun. All right, from both ends of the player spectrum.
Right.
Because the only way to get out of it is by like guessing what button your opponent's about to push, and he
He doesn't know what button he's pressing half the time. Like, I mean, I play actual fighting games, like I play them, but that kind of game is just a button masher.
Yep. So the 4 games off the bat that we're gonna have is Street Fighter 5, the Anniversary Edition when it comes out. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, especially now that it's dropping in price, so it's easier to pick up. We got Injustice pretty dirt cheap for Black Friday. I'm going to look into picking up some Tekken, even though I'm not a big fan of Tekken, but supposedly people like it, and it's on the circuit. And obviously Dragon Ball FighterZ, which that's going to be the bread
That's
and butter.
5.
What did I say, 4 or 5?
You said 4.
Okay, so 5.
I guess you forgot about Tekken for a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like Guilty Gear.
You know, a cross tag battle. All right.
Find me a deal on Guilty Gear. Yeah.
Like I know I'm a huge weeb, but Cross Tag Battle, just everything I like about it.
What's
I
cross?
really like that Skullgirls game too. Like it was awkward.
Oh no, Skullgirls is amazing.
But like the engine they used was so fun.
Yep.
I just like 5 characters doesn't do it for me or whatever it was when it came out.
I think right now, after all DLC, there's like 16, 17.
That's way better. That's definitely good.
What do you guys, Tony? What do you guys think about even one day possibly doing like a Madden tournament or just some tournaments like that?
No interest, but you can. It's whatever.
I mean, people still like their sports games.
Yeah.
Like people like their sports games, but they like their sports games at home.
But I mean, people still do go out to sports games and do that. So, listeners, if you guys listening, comment down below. Would you guys be interested in a fighting game tournament, a sports game tournament, or why not both? Literally put in there, why not both?
Just like, all right, round 1 and 2 is Dragon Ball Fighters. Round 3 is Madden. Round 4
No.
is NHL 2K17.
No, not like that.
Round
And
5.
the finals is NBA Jam on the SNES.
Oh, please. Not like that. Not like that.
Make your Piccolo custom character. I know everybody did that. It wasn't just me.
No, not like that. It would be straight tournament just for that game that night or whatever. I think it would be pretty interesting to bring different diversity into the store and go from there. I don't know. We'll give it a shot.
Oh, we have something to start with.
Yep.
Dragon Ball Fighters. Oh, Dissidia.
Oh, Dissidia.
So speaking of Dissidia, we saw a few videos here, and I don't know if I'm sold. It looks it looks like it has to be multiplayer online only. Like there's no local play. That's what I saw, right? That's what it felt like. And if that's the case, then
We only watch people playing the beta. But also, after watching the videos and thinking about it, how would you play that on 2 screens? Just like you do in Xenoverse and the other game. The other Dragon Ball game that was awful. Tenkaichi 3.
Whoa.
Was that the one that was awful?
The
The third person fighting one that was like intro to
Xenoverse.
Xenoverse.
All right.
Oh.
Then yes, that is Budokai Tenkaichi 3. B, no.
The game was awful.
I loved that game.
My problem with that game, besides it being bad, is that they gave Broly like the ultimate super armor. Like it wasn't just like 2-hit super armor. It was like
95 hits.
Yeah. Like you better full Kamehameha me, and I still got a 50% chance to just not give a shit. And that's all you saw online. It's like, I'm Broly.
But I mean, I'm not sold on the Dissidia stuff right now. We'll see when we might get 1 copy in, and go
I don't
from there.
have my copy because I'm fucking.
Tony will bring his copy in so the store doesn't spend money. There we go. We got it.
Yeah, we did it, boys.
We did it. So with that being said, George, since you're our guest, you got any last words?
Honestly, I just want to give one last shout out to everyone that was at ARG this weekend.
Sure.
The event was a lot of fun. I wouldn't have changed a thing for the world. And the event went smoothly, except for like 1 or 2 hiccups towards the end.
You wouldn't change like better food at the concession stand?
All right.
Would change.
I would definitely change that.
Could we even eat anything there?
You weren't allowed to bring in food.
No, that's what I'm talking about. On my diet, I don't think I could eat anything from there.
You could have gotten a hot dog and then just taken off the bread.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, that probably was not for the best.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the concession stand. But no, honestly, I had a lot of fun this weekend. I want to thank you guys for letting me on. And yeah.
Oh, Culver's, right?
Culver's.
Yo, Culver's wasn't as awesome because we have one here, so it wasn't like, whoa, it's also Culver's. It was really good. I wish I would have made less changes to my deck last minute. I really appreciate the input from the team. I just took too much input. I should have really went back to Sword Trunks.
You need to stop listening to Raul.
Yo, Raul said main deck the family Father Son Kamehameha, and I used it like twice the whole day. So
Sure.
Well, everyone was also expecting more Cell.
yeah, no. MVP for me actually was the Raging Attacker Vegeta.
And no one knows what it does.
Yo, what does that card do? Fucks your shit up. Actually, is what he does. Like I was playing one guy with a Cell deck, and he curved out at 4.
Yeah.
He played a bunch of 3 and 4 cost critical dudes, and I was like, we did it, boys. This is the big times. I went 4 turns in a row that I would just end my turn 4 energy, and he'd be like, fuck. I had a Raging Attacker Vegeta all 4 turns, but it was not a good time for him. But I ended up drawing with him anyway because it went to time. Like, it's so weird to me that it's 60 minutes for 3 games.
Because in theory, you're supposed to be able to finish a game in 20 minutes.
Right, that's not counting sideboard.
Oh, no, that's
shuffles,
absolutely not counting any of
mulligans,
that.
like,
Exactly.
and then, like, basically, if you go to 3, it's a death sentence.
So speaking of which, and I forgot to mention this, I think I found a way to beat Mecha Frieza, right? You either take game 1 or 2, and when you go to game 3, you slow play, get the time, because they can't do their effect, because if it goes to sudden death, they lose. That's the way you beat Mecha Frieza. Tell me I'm not wrong. Tell me I'm not wrong.
I can't.
The way to beat him is actually just play hit.
Yeah.
Then there's Bloodlust you. But I don't think the card's good. For the record, I still don't think hit's good.
I know. I really wish that he had a. I wish he had a better counter saying that he can't be countered. Because right now you can blow him. I wish it just would say on the card, this card cannot be blown. This card cannot be countered or negated or something.
Your opponent cannot respond to this card.
Yes. It just happens.
Just give hit split second. Because it also is flavorful because he's hit.
Yeah. Honestly, real quick, I'm sorry. Something the game does need is some way to interact with your opponent's extra cards. All right.
As long as it's not an event for Frieza to play.
I mean, fair. But, like, something that, like, hey, they can't activate that card. Like, objections. Or, like, even a way to get rid of field cards.
You know what the game needs for... And I'm talking about Final Fantasy here, so Khalid, put the headphones back on. Roll.
Take them off.
Changing gears, like, way the fuck.
It needs an Emperor-style card for Dragon Ball. So Emperor from Final Fantasy says that your opponent cannot activate their skills or abilities while this card's on the field.
Totally busted. Some people forgot what it does sometimes. And I feel like Dragon Ball needs a card, something like that, to kind of be relevant. I don't know.
Probably that might actually make sense as, like, the next Ultimate. All right.
No, the problem with that, though, is then, like, what does it cover? Like, so you can't... How do you remove him, then?
If the next Ultimate is hit and it does that, then sure, I'll be okay. But I just don't... I don't know. The reason
what
why
we really need is a way to blank the leader, and they have to do something like deal you a damage to remove it.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's just Ultimate rare. Ultimates are going to be one Ultimate per
day.
day.
Yeah.
So A, it would have to be searchable somehow.
B, it would have to be something that, if it sticks long enough, would win you the game. And honestly, I feel like if it was an Ultimate that said, hey, your opponent's leader card has no abilities, and your opponent's battle cards can't activate their abilities, then it would totally be something that wins you the game, especially if it sticks for long enough.
Who activates an ability besides entering? Like, is there cards that do that? I guess Mighty Mask.
I mean, fair. Then say can't activate main abilities, can't counter, can't do anything. All your opponents, Ultimate. Your opponent's leader cannot activate any abilities. Your opponent's battle cards all have its effects and skills negated.
There's a purple card.
Yeah, it's a purple card.
Whatever
color that is.
We're not confirming that's the next color here on Reflectables.
That was a shot, and I shouldn't have taken it.
Yeah, we're not. I don't know what Tony's talking about.
I thought you told me it was orange.
Stop reading my emails. No, it's not that. Not that color either. Anything else, Tony?
Fuchsia.
Before you get me, stop it, damn it! Stop getting me in trouble.
Turquoise.
Tony,
cyan.
No, that's a Final Fantasy card.
It was only supposed to be one. Now they know it's two. Damn it!
Did it, boys?
Anything else, Tony?
Nope. No, I think I'm good this time.
So my final words is that I've had a great time judging. Again, I will never judge again at a big event like that. Good Lord. So happy the event went smoothly. From a ruling standpoint, there was a few hiccups from a judge standpoint here and there. But those were handled and addressed properly. Again, thanks to ARG for hosting the event. Thanks to ARG for letting me judge. Thanks for everybody who showed up. Thanks for Team Bearded players who did not cause a scene. Love you guys, but I know sometimes you guys can get wild. Especially,
sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes. Especially Fern with his all slurpy.
Yo, we're about to take some guys outside.
Yeah.
Like, catch me outside, dude.
So speaking of which, there was actually a guy who kicked a trash can. He was like a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Kicked a trash can, got upset at another guy over a trade and said, "Come outside, we're gonna fight." And like, this is not happening right now.
Yeah, no. I was on stream, just like, oh my god, who do I let know about this? And I can't like leave the stream match or anything.
Yeah.
And so they're just in there, they're yelling at each other. The trash can's on the ground.
Like, he was man enough to go kick a trash can. By the way, speaking of which, I feel so sad. Feel so sad. Jorge, what's his name? George.
Any last words? Yeah, we're just gonna keep adding stuff. But yeah, the trophy. Why did we not mention that?
I completely forgot. So technically,
He won't. He never will.
He never will.
He won't let it down.
So wait, so does it mean Team Bearded is number one? Because I have a piece of the trophy, and we have our trophy
So
intact.
what we do have to do is have him weigh the amount of trophy he has left.
And then wait.
He has none. He left it all on the
He
floor.
just left it all there.
I grabbed a few pieces and put it into a little sleeve and taped it up and I'm gonna keep that in a shadow box. That's going in the new store. so guys, so one of the
Honestly,
things
though, I think Bandai would send him another one if he said something.
maybe I don't know.
No, because that was made by ARG.
No, it was made by Bandai, sent to ARG.
Okay, because I thought what it was that ARG or that Bandai had sent them kind of like the championship slips that we have.
Yep.
And then ARG from there sat there and made something out of it.
Oh, I don't know, maybe one or the other.
That's what I heard. Anyway.
So the cool thing is that here at Bearded Collectibles we have a few trophies. So that's going to be one trophy. Another funny thing is that when we ordered for one of our pizza events, Papa John's just left our pizza bag here and never came back. So that's going to be another trophy. And then the new place we're going to, it's literally on the outside. It says it's a trap. So I'm going to take that down, the sign, and put it next to Anwar Akbar. And it's just gonna be just so fitting. So I don't know. It's just it's memories. It's just times that Bearded has grown. So it's gonna be interesting. But to par off that, again, final words. I promise this time. Remember, guys, support your LGS. If you don't support your LGS, support the Beard. Can't wait to see everyone at other regionals if I decide to go. If I don't, good luck, guys. Good luck, people from Team Bearded. Hey, Tony. Who are we?
Team Bearded.
Damn right we are. Have a good night, guys. Raul, sorry. Your band's still there.